Hi learners, welcome back to DHILK. Today we are continuing our discussion on IUPAC Nomenclature of Organic Compounds. Before we begin, if you haven't watched the previous video where we covered all the basic concepts, make sure to check that out first. You will find the link right at the top of this video. Click the I icon or in the description box below. Okay. In that video we discussed the foundation. Now we are moving to one step ahead. And as you already know, the general format for IUPAC naming is prefix plus, word root plus, primary suffix plus, secondary suffix. In this video, I will walk you through the step-by-step method to name organic compounds clearly and confidently. And by the end of this video, you will be able to name almost any organic compound using the IUPAC system. And we will cover the common naming system in the next video, so stay tuned for that. Alright, let's get started. So now we can see the IUPAC naming, the 5-step algorithm for naming of any type of organic compounds. So we have totally 5 steps. First one is that identify principal functional group. So in a compound, if there are multiple functional groups, we have to identify which is the principal functional group. So we need that one to name the compound through IUPAC naming system. So we have to give priority to one functional group compared to the other functional group and take that functional group as the suffix of the name, suffix of the organic compound name. Second step is find longest carbon chain. We have to find the longest carbon chain of that compound. For example, look at this example here. This is a compound CH3, CH2, CH2, OH. Here we have only one chain, but if instead of that, if there are multiple branches from this CH carbon atom, if there are other carbon chains, then we have to find out which one is the longest chain and we have to choose that chain as the parent chain. Okay, that's what it is saying, find longest carbon chain, and condition is that the carbon chain that we are selecting as the longest chain must include the principal group's carbon. Okay, so here if there is a branch from this carbon atom, okay, then we should consider the chain in which the carbon atom should include which has the functional group. Okay, that is a second rule. Third is that number the chain. We have to number this compound, start from end near to principal group. Okay, first step is that we have to identify the functional group, principal functional group. Second is that we have to find the longest carbon chain including that functional group. Third is that we have to number this compound. Okay, we have to number this compound taking the functional group carbon to which the functional group is attached, getting the lowest number. Okay. The fourth step is that we have to name substituents as prefixes. Okay, substituents means if there is an attachment to this chain, if this carbon atom, the second carbon atom is having a CH3 group attached to this carbon, or CH3, CH2, CH2 group, some other groups attached to this carbon, which is not the longest chain, such kind of attachment is known as the substituents. Okay. For example, we can see this example. Here in this chain, you can see this carbon atom CH3 group is attached to this carbon atom. Here, this is a principal chain, which is the longest chain, including the functional group. Here, functional group is COH, carboxylic acid. So, this is the longest chain. To this chain, at one carbon atom, there is a CH3 group attached. This CH3 group is a substituent. Got it? Now, come back here. We finished first step, second step, third step and the fourth step also. Name substituents as prefixes. That substituent, while we are numbering the compound, we should take that substituent as a prefix. Prefix means it should come before the word root. Okay, before the word root it has to come. Now assemble the name. After finishing these first 4 steps, we have to ascend the names. Okay, assemble the name, locant prefix plus word root plus primary suffix plus secondary suffix. Got it? First we have to write the prefix, then the root, then the primary suffix, then the secondary suffix. What is the primary suffix? That we will look at this example, then we can understand more thoroughly. Look at this example, CH3, CH2, CH2, OH. Okay, this is a compound. According to our algorithm, first step is that identify the principal functional group. Here we have only one functional group. So the principal functional group is OH, hydroxyl. This is an alcohol. So OH is for functional group alcohol. So this is our functional group. So we have to give the highest priority to this functional group. So now the second is that find longest carbon chain. So longest carbon chain, we have only one carbon chain here. So the longest carbon chain is CH3, CH2, CH2 itself. Okay. So I finished that one. First is that we identify the principal functional group. Secondly, we found the longest carbon chain. Thirdly, number the chain. We have to number this chain. How will we number? We have to start from the OH group, hydroxyl group. We have to start from the functional group. So the carbon atom to which the hydroxyl group is attached, that has to get the priority. Now the next step is that we have to assign the prefix. So here we don't have any substituents, right? Here we have only one functional group only to the hydrocarbon chain. So we don't have any prefix here. Next we have to assemble these 4 steps. Prefix plus, word root plus, primary suffix plus, secondary suffix. We don't have any prefix here, so we can skip the prefix part. Then second is that word root. What is the word root here? 3 carbon atoms are there. So for 3 carbon atoms, this is a propane. Right? CH3, CH2, CH3 is propane. So from this propane part, we have to take the word root name. So here word root is prop, only prop. We should not write ane because this is not a CH3, CH2, CH3 group. Here we are removing one hydrogen atom and replaced by hydroxyl group, OH group. So the word root is prop. So now we took the word root to prop. Then primary suffix. Here the primary suffix is an, means that we will write propan. Okay, instead of propane, we will write propan. So after that, we have to write the secondary suffix. The secondary suffix is the main functional group, hydroxyl group. Okay, when the hydroxyl group, OH group come as a suffix, it is ol. It will be written as ol. Come here. So here, the formula for OH group, which is an alcohol, 10th one is alcohol. That one will be written as ol as a suffix and hydroxy as a prefix. So how will we understand whether it is suffix or prefix? If the alcohol group is coming as the main functional group, then we have to give suffix. Okay. Now here in this compound the hydroxyl group is coming as a suffix, right? So we will write propanol. But look at this number 1. Why we are giving this number? There are multiple carbon atoms here, right? 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms are there. So this OH group can be attached to any of these carbon atoms. And these carbon atoms are different. They are not same type of carbon atoms. Means that there are different carbon atoms like primary, secondary, tertiary carbon atoms. So what is a primary, secondary, tertiary carbon atom? I will briefly discuss that one. If this carbon atom is attached to only one another carbon atom, then this carbon atom is a primary carbon atom. Okay, it is a primary carbon atom. Or if instead of that you can look at this carbon, this is attached to 2 other carbon atoms, right? It is attached to 2 other carbon atoms. So it is a secondary carbon atom. Got it? Now we can understand what is primary and secondary. What is primary? If the carbon atom is attached to only one another carbon atom, then these both carbons are primary carbon atom. Now, if instead of that, if the carbon atom is attached to 2 other carbon atoms, the central carbon atom is attached to 2 other carbon atoms, so this is a secondary carbon atom. The other 2 carbon atoms are primary only because it is attached to only one another carbon atom, so they are primary carbon atoms. So, since this OH group is attached to this carbon atom which has the position 1, we will write this position along with this name. So, propan1ol. If this is attached to, instead of that, if OH group is attached to the secondary carbon atom, this carbon atom which is the second position, then we will write propan2ol. Okay, propan2ol. So, this is an example. for this 5-step algorithm. Now there are some more examples and some more points that we have to note down. Before that, we can see one example here. We are given one compound. So we have compound CH3 CH OH CH2 CHO. So here this OH group which is written here is attached to this carbon atom. So this compound will be like CH3 CH OH. OH will be attached to this carbon atom and CH2 CHO. This is this compound. Okay. So here in this case, what is happening here? CH3 CH OH CH2 CHO. So we have two functional group here, right? We have two functional groups. What are the functional group? One is that CHO. This is an aldehyde. CHO and OH, an alcohol. Okay, we have two functional groups here. So what is the first step? First step is that we have to identify the principal functional group. We have to identify the principal functional group. So which is the principal functional group among aldehyde and alcohol? We have to discuss that one. So we will be discussing this. We'll discuss at this session which one we have to take as a to which carbon atom, so to which functional group we have to give the importance. So now you can remember that among aldehyde and alcohol, we will take the aldehyde as the primary or principal group. Now the second step is that we have to find the longest chain. Which is the longest chain? We have only one chain here. CH3 CH CH2 CH. We have only one chain, so we have to take this chain as the longest chain. So this is our principal chain or parent chain. Second is that we have to identify whether is there any saturations, means double bond or triple bond. There is no double bond or triple bonds, so we can skip that. Next we have to check we have to give numbering. So if we are giving the numbering, how the numbering is starting from the parent functional group, principal functional group. So number will be like this carbon atom has the first position, second position, third position, fourth position. Okay. Then finally, what will be the name of the compound? We have to, what is the formula for that? Prefix plus word root plus primary suffix plus secondary suffix. So here secondary suffix is that aldehydes. So aldehyde will be ending with al, right? Aldehyde will be ending with al. You can see here CHO. If it is coming as a suffix, it will end with al. Okay, so in our compound it will be ending with al. And we have to find the word root. What is the word root? Here 4 carbon atoms are there, so word root for 4 is that but, right? But, and the primary suffix is buten. So now it will be butanol. This we got butanol. Okay. And what will be the prefix? Prefix will be the substituent. Here we have one substituent OH, hydroxyl group, and which is attached to the third carbon atom. Okay, third carbon atom, 1, 2, 3. So that will be coming as a suffix. And how we have to write? We have to write like third position. It is at third position, right? So the position, then we have to give a hyphen. We have to give a hyphen here. Then the group, hydroxy. Like how it is coming hydroxy, OH group is coming as a prefix. So if OH group is coming as a prefix, then we have to write hydroxy. Right, hydroxyl group, OH group, if it is coming as a prefix, it is hydroxy. Then the rest of the group, butanol. So the compound name is 3-hydroxybutanol. This is how we have to name the compound. Now we have to give some hierarchy to some cases. Like as I mentioned here, if two functional groups are coming together, we have to select one functional group. And if here only we have only one substituent, OH group is a substituent here. So if instead of that, if there are multiple substituents here, we have to give priority to that, right? Like that, we have some hierarchical things to learn. Now the first point is that if carboxylic acid, aldehyde or nitriles, if they are coming in a compound, they must be given the fixed number in the first one. If they are coming, they should get the fixed numbering, means they should be given the first number. Okay, while numbering they must get the priority. Okay. Now second point is that principal functional group has to give lowest locant. That we already mentioned. If the function group is coming in the system, that has to get the lowest numbering. like here in this example, as we mentioned, here CHO group is a principal functional group, so it has to get the number 1. Third is that multiple bonds, next priority. Okay, so if a double bond is there in a system, while we number, we should number in such a way that the double bonded carbon atoms should get the lowest numbering. If there is a triple bond, then the carbon atoms which has this triple bond must get the lowest numbering. Okay, like that we have to assign the numbering. Then if both double bond and triple bond are coming in a compound, then we should give priority to double bonds. That we will discuss in one example. So the next point is the substituent set lowest combination. Means if there are substituents attached to the parent chain, if this is a parent chain, if there is substituents attached to this chain, then this we should take a number so that these substituents should get a lowest number combination, right? Means that if you are numbering from this side, if we are getting 1 2, okay, the substituent will be attached to the carbon atom which is at the first position, and the carbon atom 2 means the next substituent is at the second position. And if there is an option that if you are starting from this side, if it is getting a number like 3 4, then means that if you are starting numbering from this side, if it is getting 3 4, then we should choose numbering from left to right rather than numbering from right to left. Means why? Because if you are numbering from left to right, if you are getting 1 2 numbering, it is the lowest numbers, right, compared to 3 4. So we should choose the numbering from left to right. Okay, that is the fourth point. Finally, alphabetical T breaker for prefixes. Okay, that means if we have two functional groups, let's say to this chain, if there are two functional groups, one is CH3, another one is CH2CH3. Okay, and we should follow while we number. We have, this is a CH3 group, this is a mid. If it is the word root for CH3 is that mid, word root for CH2CH3 is that eth. So while we number, even though mid is coming at the first position, we should follow alphabetical order. So while we name the compound, we should write eth group at the first position, not the mid group. Okay, that is the fifth point. It will be much more clear when we discuss one example in the next slide. Before that, we can, using these rules, all these rules, we can look at one example. So in this compound, COH group is there, CH2, CH, double bond, CH, CH, CH3, CH3. First we have to identify the principal functional group. So which is the principal functional group? Here is a carboxylic acid only. Carboxylic acid has to be taken as a principal functional group. We know if COH, CHO, coming in the system, there should be taken the principal functional group. Okay, so we are taking COH as the principal functional group. Then secondly, we have to number the compounds, and we should number in such a way that this principal functional group is getting the first number. So this carbon atom is numbered as first 1, then this one 2, 3, 4. Now either we can move in this way or we can move in this way. Here both are same, because if we are taking this way also, if we are taking this way also, we will get one substituent. If we are taking this one, this is substituent. If you are taking this way, substituent. Both are at the same position, so both are correct. So we have to take 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'm taking like this. Now the numbering is also over. Now we have to check the substituents. There is one substituent which is at the 5th position, and the double bonded carbon atom is getting the lowest number also. Now what will be the name? First we have to write the prefix. What is the prefix here? The substituent which is attached to the 5th carbon, which is attached to 5th carbon. So the prefix will be, our formula is that prefix plus word root plus primary suffix plus secondary suffix, right? So prefix is that, what is the prefix? The substituent, which is a methyl group. Okay, whenever hydrocarbons are coming as the substituents, we have to write them as a prefix. Okay, so when we write these compounds as a prefix, To the word root, we have to add IL. We have to add YL. Okay. So if the compound is a CH3 group, then we have to write word root is for CH3. Only one carbon atom is there. Word root is meth. Then to this meth, we have to add IL, methyl. If it is eth, then we have to add ethyl. Okay, like that. We have to write the prefix names like this for the hydrocarbons. And here, so the name is that, and this methyl group is attached to fifth carbon. So we have to write 5-methyl. 5-methyl. Now, how many, next is word root. And what is the word root? How many carbon atoms are there? 6 carbon atoms. So our word root is hex. That is this hex. 5-methyl hex. Second is that next is that we have to write the primary suffix. What is the primary suffix here? We have ene group, right? Double bond, carbon-carbon double bond. So this one will be the primary suffix here. So here this unsaturation is coming to the third carbon atom. So we have to write, how we will write this? Just add a hash. Whenever we are writing a number in an organic compound naming, we should separate that number with bar. Okay. So here hex 3-ene. So whenever this unsaturation double bond we are writing, we should write them as ene. Then the last one, the oic acid, it is for the carboxylic acid as a secondary suffix. And finally, what will be our name? 5-methyl hex 3-enoic acid. 5-methyl hex 3-enoic acid. Okay. Next is substituent prefixes. We discussed about this. If the hydrocarbons are coming as the substituents, we will write them after the word root. We had to add IL. Okay, methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl, like that. And if NO2 group is coming as a substituent, we had to write nitro. Okay. And for OH and NH2 group, if they are coming as the substituents, then we have to write hydroxy. For NH2, amino. So when will we write this compound as the prefixes? We will write only when they are coming as not part of the principal functional group. For example, in this compound, here we have OH group. Here this compound is coming as a principal functional group. So we should not write hydroxy. We will give as a suffix, not as a prefix. But in this compound, here in this compound, this is coming as a substituent. This OH group is a substituent here. Here CHO group, aldehyde, is coming as a suffix. Okay. So here we have written like 3-hydroxy. Here we have written 3-hydroxy. Hydroxy is coming as a prefix, coming as a substituent. Okay. Then if halogens, 17th group elements, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, they are coming as a substituents, then we will write the prefix fluoro, chloro, bromo, iodo. Just O after to the compound. Fluorine, we will write, instead of fluorine, we will write fluoro. Instead of chlorine, chloro. Then bromine, bromo, iodo, like that. And if OR is there, okay, OR is for ethers, R-O-R. Okay, here OR is there, then we will write prefix alkoxy. Alkoxy. And if carbonyl compound C double bond O is coming, this compound will be written in prefix, it will be written oxo. That we discussed in the aldehyde, in this case. The prefix for ketone is a carbonyl compound, aldehyde is a carbonyl compound, we will write as oxo. Right? We have discussed this oxo, prefix oxo. Now, next is polyfunctional compounds. If two functional groups comes together, which functional group will be taken as the principal functional group? Okay, that is what we are discussing here. If hydroxyl group and carboxylic acid, hydroxyl is alcohols. If alcohols and carboxylic acids are coming together, we will take carboxylic acid as a principal functional group. Among hydroxyl group or alcohols and carboxylic acid will win. And we know that if carboxylic acid COOH or aldehyde CHO, if COOH, CHO, CN, if these three compounds come in a compound, definitely they will win. Okay. Here NH2COH, obviously COH will be the principal functional group, right? NH2 will not come as a principal. Now OH and CO, among which CO will win. Okay, this is a carbonyl compound will win. CHO, OH, which one will win? Again carbonyl compound, CHO will win. Now NH2, if NH2 plus OH coming, then OH will win, hydroxyl group will win. Okay, phenol is winning in two situations. One is that when it is coming with NH2 amines, then OH group will win, alcohols will win. Secondly, if there is a unsaturation, double bonded carbon atom and hydroxyl group, in this case also OH will win. OH will win in these two situations. While if carboxylic acid is coming, obviously carboxylic acid will win. Okay, and the functional group which win will be taken as the highest priority, and that will be coming as a suffix in the naming of the compound. All others will be taken as a prefixes. Okay, and we have to take the carbon chain in which the highest priority functional group is coming. Okay, that's about the priority. Alright, so now we have covered all the basic steps and concepts required to name organic compounds using IUPAC system. We also walked through a few simple examples to build your understanding. In the next video, we will take it a step further and solve a slightly more complex example, which will make everything much more clear. Okay, so make sure rewatch this video if needed, practice the concepts, get fully comfortable before moving on. Then head to the next part where we will solve the problem step by step. If you are a class 11 or 12 NCERT student and want complete materials, notes, tapes, tricks or live classes, one-on-one sessions, visit our website or contact us through the number. Check the description box or comment section for more details. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.